Welcome to Don't Be Afraid of the News. Let's get down to it. Last week in Beijing, China, 10 knife-wielding men went medieval on a train station full of citizens, killing 29 and injuring 100. The assailants were separatists from China's Xinjiang region. What that means is they were tired of China's oppressive ways and it just had it. But guys, comic books are myths for a reason, right? How does killing a train station full of innocent citizens do anything but piss off the government even more? Learn how to use your words, because they are mightier than the sword. Well, most of the time. Most of us understand that bees are not to be trifled with. Now scientists have learned that Japanese honeybees are the last bees you want to piss off. When threatened, the bees engulf hornets to destroy. 500 will surround a hornet and then vibrate their hindquarters to dissolve the hornets. In other words, they twerk it to death. That's horrible. This scares me because honeybees are not even evolution savvy, right? They pass on every useful mutation to the next generation with only one queen. That means they're getting smarter. So how long before this big ball of honeybees that are smarter than us decide that human honey is delicious? Whew. 14 nations in the Caribbean are suing for being colonized in what may be the coolest or the biggest waste of time in legal history. Since the Kenyans got 21 million from England, it seems this could actually happen. France, United Kingdom, and Netherlands are all on the list for payment. Bet you wish you kept your boats to yourself now, huh? Yep. Pope Francis, or Pope Awesome as he's called in the McLean house, delivered his usual Italian Sunday blessing to the Vatican last week. In the midst of his usual blessings, he uttered the word cazzo, which means fuck. In an effort to quell the moderate hysteria, the Vatican stated that he was trying to use the word cazzo, which means example. But those of us in the know, we know what's going on. You know what's going on. That's right. We finally have a pope that doesn't suck. We finally have a pope that you'd want to hang out with. And I believe that's exactly what Jesus would have wanted. So how cool is that? Chinese scientists believe they have found the world's oldest cheese in a grave in the Chinese desert. It was placed there so they had something to eat in the afterlife. Ironically, the cheese has just now gotten old enough to taste really, really good. Okay, guys, the big story, Russia. What's going on? We here at Don't Be Afraid of the News did our best to compile a bunch of stuff and try to figure it out and explain it in a way that we could all understand. Here we go. Crimea was a part of the Ukraine, but wanted to be more like the Western world and separate. It's a free country, but Ukraine's laws still apply there, and Crimea's tax dollars go back to the Ukraine. Crimea was given to the Ukraine by Khrushchev back in the 50s, and they've hated it ever since. Russia recently lost an ally when their friendly president was ousted from the Ukraine, okay? Now, Crimea is stuck dealing with the dick next door they never wanted to be related to, and the only person that has their back is this Russian leader who clearly wants to be some sort of supervillain. Now, Russia stepping in on Ukraine's soil to help Crimea is technically illegal by international law. So now America, world police, is getting our foot in to help the Ukraine. Now, this could be because we're a bunch of nice guys. Or it could be the fact of the huge amount of American natural gas that Ukraine buys every year. But who knows if that matters anymore, because now Crimea has voted to be a part of Russia, and they feel more liberated than they have in forever. But this is far from the end because the EU has imposed travel bans and asset freezes for 21 officials from the Ukraine and Russia. And that's what happens when you fight too loud in the house. The neighbors decide to get involved. And take it from this kid from East Memphis, that's rarely ever a good idea. Thank you for joining us this week on Don't Be Afraid of the News. Make sure you check out my podcast, Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. Buy something local. Call your parents. No fate but what we make. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for watching.